Today I'm here with Coach L.D. Scott, former Louisville Cardinal, ex-Canada player, current defensive lineman coach for here at the University of Louisville. And today I'll be asking you questions about visualization and imagery. Do you use visualization and imagery in your sport?
We do. In football, you kind of got to recognize formations, recognize different personnel, and basically defense is about recognition, because, the game of football hadn't changed over the last 60 years. You got to recognize what people are doing, and to do that, you got to prepare yourself with images of it. So in practice, we put our scout team guys in the same number that the other team will be in. We run the exact same plays. We try to make them look exactly the same, so that on game day, we can recognize and react as fast as possible.
Okay. Is visualization a big key to what you're trying to prepare for in the game?
Absolutely. Because there's certain things that teams do repetitively. They're going to do them in the first quarter, they're going to do them in the second quarter, they're going to do them in the first game, they're going to do them in the last game. It's kind of who you are. So we got to be good enough to recognize formations and recognize different personnel groupings, because certain players like the ball certain ways, and it's our job on defense to prevent what they do best. So we got to recognize when they're trying to get into one of those certain plays and try to take that away from them.
Okay, and now knowing that you were a former player, how often did you sit back and visualize your assignments when you were playing?
Well, I was a defensive lineman, so for me, I tried to make the game as small as possible. For me, I focused on pass protections, because my whole goal was to stop the run and get to the quarterback. So for me, I focused on offensive linemen, that stance. I took pictures of that stances from video, and I studied it. So on game day, I can tell when he's about to pull. I can tell when he's about to run block. I can tell when he's going to pass block. And that's all preparation. You can't react to that. You got to be prepared and ready.
Was watching film and taking those pictures of lineman stances and different defenses or different offenses part of your pregame ritual?
Absolutely. It's pregame and it's all week. When you prepare, for a game like a pro, and that was kind of where I got to later in my career, is I had aspirations to play in the NFL. So I practiced and I prepared myself all week like a professional. And to do that, you got to watch video. You got to match that up with film. You got to match that up with practice. And you got to be able to visualize all those things on the fly in the game.
Correct. What key points do you tell the players nowadays to help them use the visualization points that you're trying to provide?
The biggest thing is that the offense is giving us information. They're giving us visual information that if we can process that information, we'll know what's coming. And we'll be prepared and ready to go, not only execute the defensive play, but also understand what the offense is doing and how they're trying to block us.
Okay. Now that you're a coach and that you're coaching D1 prospects and D1 players, how do you help and try to prepare them to visualize get a visualization of the images of what's going to go on Saturdays?
Well, when we recruit student athletes out of high school, we kind of, we want to recruit players that want to play at the next level. And we use all the different tools that the next level uses. They use all types of visual imagery. The Dallas Cowboys were big over the summer because they've just went to this new, I think it's a military type program where it's kind of it's like a virtual game. You can play football games virtually. And it's basically the same thing. Before they ever go out and practice, they've already played the game in their head in a meeting room. But also they've, went into a virtual reality video game basically and played the game there as well. And it's all just the same thing, of preparation and finding different ways of seeing the same thing.
Is there any more information that you can provide for student athletes about using visualization and imagery?
Well, I think high school players, the biggest difference between high school and college is preparation. In college, we force our guys to prepare. We practice all week. We meet all week. In high school, I think it's more of you're better than most of the guys you're going to play against, so you can really just kind of go out there and just play. But I think one of the things they can get better at, and one of the things that high school football has gotten better at, is the addition of huddle. Huddle has provided high school players with the ability to go home and watch their own film. Me, I'm not that old. I played high school football. My last year was 10 years ago, not that long, but there was no huddle, and I watched video with my team on Saturday mornings as a team, and that was it. But you know, now kids can watch every game at their home from a computer. They can watch every snap. They can make their own highlight tapes. So I think, you know, the visual part of it is coming along, and the technology part is starting to catch up with the game of football.
Well, thank you, Mr. LD. I'm here with Mr. LD with visualization and imagery. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.